Hey guys, I am here with 10 quick tips for a successful pantry challenge / no spend month. As I know from a lot of viewers, you've never done a pantry challenge before and kind of feel like, you're not sure if you want to commit to it. Maybe you've never done a no spenduary before. And some of you may already be doing the challenge and the no spenduary, but maybe you're feeling a little fatigue already and you need some inspo for picking the pace up and sticking to the plan. So let's get over these really quick. First 5 relate to kitchen or food, and the second half relate to trying not to spend money on anything other than bills for whatever time period you're going to set for yourself. Okay, so first, like I showed you in my last video, make an inventory of all your refrigerator, freezer, and pantry food items, especially the meats and the veg. And then as soon as you get that inventory done while it's fresh in your mind, write down a week's worth of meals that you could make and try to focus on anything that's expired or the oldest items, things that have been in the freezer a long time, etc. And then number 3, I think this is huge, especially if you have a family and you work outside the home. Prep as many convenience foods as you can when you have big chunks of time to be in the kitchen. For example, homemade breads, granola, breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, toaster waffles, snacks, desserts. Having all of that stuff on hand will keep your family from saying, "Oh, we don't have anything to eat." We've all heard it. Boy, those kids come home from school hungry and then we head out of the office starving. It's very tempting to just hit a drive-through, right? So when you've got quick things to feed that belly, quick things to get out the door when you leave for work or school, it makes all the difference in resisting that fast food temptation. And what kind of goes hand in hand with that, but more in making meals, is prep, or what I call pre-prep, as many ingredients as you can. For example, pizza dough, quinoa, if you're going to put that into salad, beans, and especially meats. When you're cooking, when you have that chunk of time to be in the kitchen, instead of just making enough grilled chicken, let's say, for your family's meal that night, make an entire sheet pan, whatever it takes to feed your family for 2 meals or 3 meals, because chicken can be used in so many ways, right? You can make it half of that pan with fajita seasoning and the other half with just some poultry seasoning or Italian seasoning that you can use in salads or throw in pastas, or even just salt and pepper, and you can add whatever seasoning you decide you want down the road. And taco meat, that's a great one. It freezes, thaws out really well, and you've got dinner in 10 minutes. Stay ahead on your meal prepping. And that is, if you know you're gonna throw a roast in the crock pot for dinner, thaw that thing out the night before. And then when you've got your coffee perking, throw that roast in the crock pot with whatever veggies are gonna go in it. And you know you're gonna have dinner when you walk in the door, and all you have to do is throw some mac and cheese, instant mashed potatoes to go with that roast, and maybe a bag of frozen veggies, and boom, that's really almost faster than going through a drive-through. And another thing that I call staying ahead on your meal prepping or pre-prepping, for example, if you've got your meal plan made out and you know you're gonna need chopped onions in 2 or 3 of your dishes that you're gonna make that week, chop them all at once, throw them in the fridge. Same thing if you're going to be using celery, carrots, and you'll be amazed how fast meals can come together when you've done all of the above, and you will be able to resist temptation. You'll save money. Your family won't complain because everybody's getting fed as quickly as possible, and everybody's going to be eating a lot healthier because you're going to stay out of that drive-through, right? Now on with the no spenduary 5 tips. This kind of goes hand in hand with the grocery shopping, but in this case I'm referring to retail. Stay out of the stores. And I have to tell myself this frequently, especially because I do consider retail shopping a little bit of mood therapy. So just don't go in. Don't go to Home Goods. Don't go to TJ Maxx. Don't go to Ross. Stay out of Walmart. And maybe plan ahead a little bit for what you're going to do instead when you get the urge because you're bored or you need a little therapy to get yourself out of that mindset of just going and wandering through stores buying stuff you don't need, right? I'm going to say again, make an inventory, but this time instead of your kitchen, at least for us ladies, and I know some of you guys out there like your clothes, and I don't mean write everything down, I mean just go through it, all your drawers, wherever you're stuffing clothes, look at everything you have in there, but don't make this I have to purge my closet moment. You're just trying to refresh yourself with how much you actually have. And chances are most of us have way more clothes than we're wearing. And then another area or areas that you might want to take an inventory of, for us ladies, makeup. That's when we tend to pick things up, nail polish, right? And for you men out there, maybe it's tools, maybe it's tech gear. Hey, we've all got our little impulse purchase areas, right? We're all human, but when we're trying to do a successful no spenduary, it's good to have a real visual in our heads of just how many books we have, etc. And also things like supplements. I tend to, see a video and I'm like, oh, I need that, especially skincare. Oh, get out of here. I am going to order that every time I see a really good YouTuber showing me her fabulous skin. And no, I have a ton. I don't need a thing. Visually remind yourself, no, I can't get another set in there, right? And then each time you resist an impulse purchase or urge to go into a store and shop at random, make a list. So let's say you resisted going through McDonald's. Let's say you resist going through Starbucks. Stayed off Amazon after you saw that skincare video. Make a list of everything and about what that item would have cost you. And here's why. Not only will it help you be cognizant of what you would have spent and you resisted, but that will give you a little dopamine rush. It really will. As human beings, we're sort of geared to feel good when we save money. And every time you make your list, the experts say that gives you a little rush of dopamine. And you're making a list of things you didn't buy and the money saved. And then you get that sense of pride for resisting, just like when you walk away from the donuts in the break room. And then at the end of the month, add up all that money you saved and review the items that you resisted purchasing and maybe give a little thought to, it was because you were bored, you were tempted by a video, just an impulse, oh, it's there at checkout, and you're gonna throw it in your cart. Ask yourself, if I had to move in 30 days, would it be worth having to pack this item plus everything else I have? When we impulse buy, randomly shop, we are continually adding to the pile of stuff. Causes stress. It really does. When you've got that stuffed cabinet of makeup that you didn't really like it, but you feel guilty about throwing it away. Stuff causes stress. Now, by no means will I ever be a minimalist, but I definitely have the too much stuff thing going on. And as I go through my no spenduary, I'll be sharing with you some major purging that I am doing. Not only because my kiddos moved out, I'm an empty nester now, but I also am hoping I can move. If you've been following my channel, you know that, but for anyone who's new, all my family's in Kansas City now and I'm in Florida. So if I'm gonna move, the last thing I wanna do is have to do mega purging at the last minute before I get to packing. And I sure don't want to pack stuff paying to move and then purging after I get there, because I've done that. I swear I'm never doing that to myself again. So that's the list of 5 no spenduaries and 5 help yourself in the kitchen items. I hope it gave you guys some good ideas, and I hope you're all excited about sticking to this pantry challenge and saving some money through January and maybe February too. I'll see you guys on the next one.